Hello and welcome to a Modern Horizons 3 draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are sitting at rank number 38. That's right, we have been on an incredible heater in this format. Mostly just doing the energy thing, giving people the beatdowns. Now, of course, if Eldrazi is open or any other archetypes are super open, I, of course, want to explore all the archetypes so that I can have a more well-rounded draft strategy heading into the Arena Open. Now, before we head into this draft, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. TCGplayer.com is your trusted source for all trading card games in the United States. You can search for the latest TCG singles and sealed products from hobby shops across the country for the most competitive prices, all from the comfort of your own home. Check out TCGplayer.com. Link is in the description below. Additionally, this video is brought to you by HeavyPlay.com. HeavyPlay.com is the place to go to for premium MTG supplies. You're talking about deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, you name it, they got it. Top of the top in terms of quality. They shipped a bunch of stuff over to me, and I'm a big fan of their products. Check them out, heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Alrighty, ooh, that's an interesting card. Springheart Nantuko. But the real question is this really cool rare better than Writhing Chrysalis? Yes. That is where we're at in this format. I think it's really between those two cards. Nothing else is close. What a silly card. I want to try the Nantuko, so I think I'm going to take it, but it's probably incorrect. Oh, gosh. Am I just supposed to take the Writhing Chrysalis? I feel like I am. This card is great. You get to basically landfall clone things, which is really nice. It's monocolor, so I can play this in green-white, for example. I'm going to take the rare. I'm going to take the rare, and the argument here is that this allows me to draft other color combinations, whereas the Chrysalis is a gold card. I do think the Chrysalis is a better card, probably, but it's a cool rare. Everybody's sick and tired of the Chrysalis. Am I right? Okay. Anyways, moving on to this pack, we have Reiterating Bolt, which is a solid removal effect. Breathe Your Last is okay, but black is the worst color in the format, so not interested in taking a black card too early if there's other good options. There's Twisted Riddle Keeper, which is a really good Eldrazi. And then there's Eldrazi Repurposer, which kind of keeps me in green. I'm going to go with the Repurposer here. I do think I like it more than Reiterating Bolt. I just don't think it's that important to pick up little creature removal, but I think Repurposer is just an amazing creature. Really good with the Springheart Nantuko as well. And let's do this to give us a shot. You know what I haven't drafted? I haven't drafted the white-green modification deck, so I'm kind of interested in that. And it also does have a reasonable win rate, so I want to try drafting something a little bit different here. We've been doing a lot of energy and a lot of Eldrazi, so we'll see if we can do something else. This is a pretty nice pack. I think I'm going to take Strength of the Harvest. It's good in just any green deck in general, but if I'm green-white modification, it's even better there. Other cards to consider, there's Cranial Ram for the artifact decks. Not really what you want to take after the mono-green start. Sneaky Snacker is also quite nice in blue-black. Lethal Throwdown is a decent removal effect, but let's go with Strength of the Harvest. But noting that we're seeing a bunch of random black cards here. Please, can white be open? I would love it if white is open because I want to do the modification thing, but we'll see. There's a Drowner of Truth as a creature land, if that's something you're interested in, if you want to be blue-green ramp, but I much rather just have one of these 2-drops. Thraben Charm is okay, but there's Basking Brutescale and Nightshade Dryad. They're both pretty good, and I believe that the Nightshade Dryad is better. It just allows you to fix for any mana, and then this turn 2 Nightshade Dryad, turn 3 Springheart Nantuko land, make a copy is pretty sick. So I'm going to take the Dryad over the Brutescale, but I do think they're both very nice. Seeing a lot of good green and white cards here. And there's a Witch Enchanter. I'm kind of interested in that. This card is very good. It's a spell land, but if you play against certain matchups, this thing just enters the battlefield and kills something, which is really good. I do like it more than Guardian of the Forgotten. I do think this can be decent in the modification deck, but I would much rather just have a spell land that goes in all decks. Nyxborn Hydra certainly gets a lot better in green-white specifically, but I do think the Witch Enchanter is enough better where I can take it here. Let's see. Let's see if white is open. Oh, wow, what a pack. Wither and Bloom, Eldrazi Repurposer, Legion Leadership, and another Witch Enchanter. I think it's between the Witch Enchanter and the Repurposer. Wither and Bloom's also okay. I think Repurposer is just too good of a card, so I'm just going to keep taking them. It's also not clear that we're going to be white, but we know for sure we want to be green. So we'll take the Repurposer, but this is a stacked pack. I love a lot of the cards in here. But I'm a really, really big fan of the Eldrazi Repurposer. And now we have this pack. I'm not a big fan of Decree of Justice. It's simply just too inefficient of a card. So it's not what I'm going to take here. I do like Thraben Charm a lot, especially with double Repurposer. We're going to be putting a lot of creatures into play. And if we're going to be white-green, this is a card that honestly I was very wrong about at the start of the format, but I do think it's quite nice. I do like it more than Trickster's Elk, so I think I'm going to take that here. Notably, there's a late Conduit Goblin, but let's go ahead and take Thraben Charm here and see if we can lock ourselves into a nice green-white deck. Wow, Horrific Assault 8th pick is criminal. Mandibular Kite is also very good, but I think the Horrific Assault is just better, so we're going to go ahead and take that. I feel, you know what's interesting is actually the Mandibular Kite does have a higher win rate, but I'm a little bit light on interaction. I'm going to go with the Assault, but maybe it is the Kite. I don't actually know, but I'll take the Horrific Assault here for now. Now I'm going to take a Tranquil Landscape over Rose-Cut Knight. This is just a mediocre card, and I do like having a land that taps for green or white and can potentially give us the out of Splashing Blue. So let's take the Tranquil Landscape there and move on. Here we have, I'm not too interested in splashing the Expanding Ooze. I guess we could potentially be black-green even, but even then, I'd rather just have another green-white land, and this opens the door for some more splashes. So let's take both of these landscapes, and then this keeps us open to potentially a different splash. Here, Sneaky Snacker tabled, but we're too far away from that. I think Gravedigger is quite bad. I will take Deem Inferior in case we end up in some kind of blue-green deck, but I don't think I will. Nyxborn Hydra, love to have that here. So gonna slam that. And all right, maybe black-green is something that we might be interested in, just given that we're getting last pick Expanding Oozes. But okay start, nothing too insane, but at least it's different. And hoping we can do something fun here. Oh, Legion Leadership too? Getting all the spell lands. I love it. Spell lands are incredible, and I am going to play all of these. That's a Chrysalis. Huh. Can I splash the Chrysalis? I have a white-red land, and I have a white-red land and a Nightshade Dryad. Honestly, it's really between that and Proud Pack Rhino, and Proud Pack Rhino is kind of mediocre. It's just okay. I don't have a whole lot of counter synergies going. Oh, there's also Glasswing Grace, which is a nice way to enchant a creature and also give something flying and lifelink and give me black splashes. That's also the consideration. No, I'm going to take Writhing Chrysalis. This card's just too good. It's just, it's sad, it's silly, but that's the world we live in. So I'm going to see if I can pick up a couple of more landscapes to splash the Chrysalis, just because I think it's that good. And honestly, we could still be just like a mono green deck splashing red or white. We'll see. Here, I will take Strength of the Harvest. Scurry of Gremlins, not so good in this deck, just because we're not doing the energy thing. And so if I'm looking at the green, white, and red cards, Solstice Zealot is better in an energy deck. This is just a white-green dual land that also is modifying my creatures. It's everything this type of deck wants. So happy enough to pick Strength of the Harvest here. Man, we're going to have so many playables. This is going to be awesome. Now we have an interesting pick. We have Legion Leadership versus Hexgold Slith. I'm going to take the Leadership because we took the Writhing Chrysalis. A lot of our lands come into play tapped, but I'm just going to really push this deck and see what it looks like when we just have a bunch of spell lands, right? So let's take this, as it does allow us to splash the Writhing Chrysalis while doubling as a pretty reasonable combat trick. Here we have, I hate this card, so I'm not going to take Expel the Unworthy. So I'm going to be looking at one of these cards. Colossal Dreadmask is pretty replaceable, so I'm not going to take this. It's a 6-mana card. For me, it's between like the Oozewag and the Assault. I think I will take the Assault here because I think the Oozewag is easier to get. And move on. White definitely, it feels like white is being cut off from both sides. because I don't see a green or white card I would really like playing in my deck here. So is there something I can look at that's red? Not really. The charge bug isn't particularly good. Can we splash black? The only playable card here for me, I think, is like the Accursed Marauder. I'll take this in case we end up a black-green deck, so I'll just kind of put this off to the side. Oh, that's another great spell land. I'm going to take the Stump Stomp. This is a red-green land that helps me cast the Writhing Chrysalis, so let's take this too. Man, we have so many spell lands. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now we have the choice between Temperamental Oozewag and the Warped Tusker. I feel like in this deck, I want the Oozewag. I just want to keep my curve a little bit lower. This thing's kind of expensive. Amphibian Downpour is kind of cool, but this deck could use a little bit of beef. So we'll take the Oozewag here, and wow, another Horrific Assault. I will slam that and be very happy with it. And what are we looking at in terms of playables? Could use some more cheap things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 playables. But of course, look at the cards on the right. I think somebody told me a decent rule of thumb is for every 2 spell lands, you can play an extra land. Something along those lines. So we have 6 spell lands. Think of that as 3 extra spells for your deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we're looking at around 14 spells. So not too bad. Not too bad. We still have a few picks left to go here, but white definitely feels like it's being cut off. So mono green, splashing red and white because we have really great mana fixing. Can't take Shadow of the Second Sun. I dislike Barbarian Ring, but I don't think I needed this land. Am I taking Gift of the Viper? This card kind of stinks. But I guess I'll take it in case I just need a bad combat trick, just because it looks like we might be getting kind of short in playables. Another Shadow of the Second Sun. This does not feel like an Infernal Captor deck. Guess I'll take another one of these. Wait, hold on. Can we play this one? Yeah, we could. I'll take an Expanding Ooze for another black-green card. Okay, I'll take another Oozewag just to have as a decent, beefy creature. But the thing is, I probably don't want to play all of these. So we'll figure out how many of these landscapes I want, just because I already have a bunch of tap lands. If anything, I want the one that gives me green, white, and red mana, but I don't think we have anything right now. Here we have a couple of interesting options. We have Galvanic Discharge as removal, but given that we don't have a lot of ways to generate energy, I don't really care about little creature removal, so I don't think I'm going to take that. I'm looking at Territory Color as a top-end card, or Area Auxiliary. I think it's kind of close, but I will go with the Territory Color. I think it's close, but this deck doesn't look super duper aggressive. So I feel like I would rather have the card that gives me a little bit more value in the late game. I think they're both very good, but I'm going to go with the Color with a couple of repurposers. It seems like a pretty nice card to ramp into. Here, I don't really like Envoy of the Ancestors that much. I actually think I like Repurposer the best here. So I'm just going to keep taking them. A lot of these cards are pretty decent, and there's a Strength of the Harvest, but we need good things to play at the cheap end of our mana curve. So I will take the Repurposer here. This card is just phenomenal. Okay, well, the cards are certainly flowing now. I like Thraben Charm, but I think it's going to be between one of these. Now that I do have a 5, and I have 3 repurposes, the Auxiliary is looking a little bit better. I still don't know that I have enough creatures here, though. You know, like I said, this isn't a super aggressive green-white modification deck. I'm just going to take the Color just for a little more value. Although now we're going to get another 5-drop here, so it's kind of expensive. The curve is kind of creeping up. Maybe I should have taken an Area Auxiliary. There's a Faithful Watchdog, but I don't think I want to take that. This is just a really, really good removal effect. And Watchdog, if green-white is open, you can kind of get them for free. So I will take a Johnny Fells the Godsire just because I think the upside is too high. But gonna be focusing on the cheap stuff here again, if we can. Dog Umbra is okay, but I think I'm gonna take either Pearl Ear or Envoy of the Ancestors. This is double white, though. But is it good enough? It's a 3-mana 3/4 lifelinker. It just doesn't ask that much of you. I'll try this. I'll try the Pearl Ear just because it's a cool rare. I feel like my mana's probably good enough to be able to pull this off. Slamming the slamming Signature Slam. Mandibular Kite's also good, but another good removal effect there. Very happy to pick up another Nyxborn Hydra. So certainly have the top end of our mana curve covered here in the colors and the Nyxborn Hydra. Now we're playing some filler cards here in the Inspired Inventor. It's a totally fine card. 14 creatures here, 17, 18, 19, 20 cards here. And there you go. Certainly don't need the Dread Masks and the Auxiliary tabled. So this does seem like the color combination that we need it to be. I will take another Strength of the Harvest here now. I don't think I need Nyxborn Hydra number 3. Green-white dual land, excellent. Helps us with the Pearl Ear as well. And now, oh, Thraben Charm, 11th pick. This deck is looking really, really nice. We have so many spell lands, too. I don't think I'm going to play another landscape, so I'll take Collective Resistance, but I don't think I'm going to play the Resistance here. Maybe I will. Who knows? We'll see. Our spells look really nice, though. Triple Horrific Assault, double Thraben Charm, Signature Slam, and a Johnny Fells the Godsire. This is amazing. What does this do? Enchantment spells you cast have affinity for aura. What does that mean? Affinity for... Oh, if I have auras, my enchantments are cheaper? Sure. I'm just playing this because it's a 3/4 lifelinker. The Envoy could have been better, though. Just because it's easier to... Oh my gosh! Last pick Mandibular Kite? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so this is the setup that we have for now. This is 18 lands, and I think I need to cut a spell. My curve is a little bit on the high end. Like Nyxborn Hydra, you don't really want to play until you hit like 5 mana. So I'm not really curving out very well. And I think for that reason, I can maybe shave one of the Thraben Charms just because this is going to be sitting in my hand for a while. So let's go ahead and cut one of those. We have the Writhing Chrysalis that we're choosing to splash just because we have a Nightshade Dryad and four lands that help us cast it. I do think it's probably worth playing. I think it's that good. So gonna go ahead and play that. We certainly have these as options if we wanted to play another red source. And if I did choose to do that, it would be a Perilous Landscape. So basically what I would do is, let's see, I would cut a Plains and play this one. Okay, let's try that. I don't know if that's correct, but let's give this a go. 18 lands, a bunch of spell lands, along with the 2-mana 1/2 ramp creature. And then we also have like triple Eldrazi Repurposer. So hopefully this is a good enough mana base to give people the beatdowns. Now, if you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Special shout out to all the current patrons. Thank you so much for your support as it allows me to continue making this content. Patreon.com/paulcheon. Good hand here. Creature lands are fantastic. Think I'm going to lead with Strength of the Harvest to give us the white source. And then we can go Eldrazi Repurposer into whatever we like. I do feel like we probably could have taken a few more 2s. And I kind of, every time I saw a 2-drop, I feel like there was a lot of instances where I just took the more powerful card. And definitely probably going to hurt me here. We did take those Eldrazi Repurposers, though, over some nice expensive cards. So there's at least that. Let's see. Should I play out this Stump Stomp? Ooh, Metastatic Evangel. I don't think so. I think given that I drew a land here, I think I'm good. I want to go Pearl Ear. Probably. I can even go Repurposer into Territory Color. That might actually just be better. I guess it kind of just depends on how much pressure I think my opponent's going to put on me. But the nice thing about the Pearl Ear is that it has 4 toughness, right? And that makes it so that... Can you put double shield counter? You sure can. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm going to play the Pearl Ear just because this, as it stands with the board, they're gonna need to have a removal spell for this. And they did. They sure did. It's okay though, we have a Witch Enchanter here, which we can use to kill the Dog Umbra. We'll still keep it back. Enchantment spells you have affinity for auras. Okay. We can go Repurposer into Stump Stomp if we absolutely have to. Oh, that's really interesting. That is really interesting. If they also have Thraben Charm, we're dead. Oh, another Dog Umbra? Yeah, we're... Okay. Oh. What can you do, right? It's just one of those instances. Alright, so we're at 3. Oh, that is interesting. But the shield... So many shield counters. I need to play like a big creature here. Huh. But this does gain me a bunch of life. So I can go Repurposer. And then Bite. Or a Horrific Assault. To kill this. And it's going to gain me, yeah, 1,000,000 life. So that's really good for us. And then this is a 5/5. Okay. Do I play the Stump Stomp? Because this can also gain me a bunch of life. But I'm also just interested in playing the color. Or just... Do I have a... I don't have a modified creature in play right now. But the thing is, I don't have anything to bite right now either. So I'm just gonna play this. With the Hydras, I just want a bunch of mana anyways. What? Okay. Hold on. I might want the spawn for something, so we're gonna go with that. Ooh, that's interesting. So that is a 6/6? Goodness gracious. Do I play a 7/5? Alternatively, I can do this, but it doesn't draw me a card. I have no auras. Alright, let's just do this. And I'm gonna play this too. I just want to keep playing my lands and do this. I will keep that. Okay. We're at 6 life. This thing has all the shield counters in the world. I do have Signature Slam, which I will use to kill the Proud Pack Rhino. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I need to use it to kill the Solstice Zealot, actually. Just because it just taps down my color. So this flips, and then they make a cat? Is that what happens? I can also modify something. Let's see. I currently don't have a modified creature. Do I care if this flips? The thing is, it replaces itself. Sure. Can this kill planeswalkers? No. Good thing is they don't have any red creatures right now, so it's not too bad. Huh. Okay. Okay. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then each modified creature you control. Okay. Is there a way for me to gain... Okay. So I can bestow for 2 mana. And then sack this. Or I can bestow for 1 even. That seems kind of weak. But I kind of want to kill this Ajani. Maybe it is 1. Affinity for auras. Okay. My thing tramples, right? Yeah. They might just put the Rhino on it, but I'm just seeing how they're going to block because I have access to the signature slam. What I really want to do here... It's weird. I'm trying to play like offense and defense at the same time here. And I want to gain a gazillion life. So I'm going to throw away this counter. But basically my plan is to put a counter on my Pearl Ear. So that the Pearl Ear can deal damage to give me the life that I need just to stay a little bit healthier, right? Because by casting it, I can either choose to put a +1/+1 counter on something I control, like a Repurposer, or I can put it on a Pearl Ear. Although putting it here is not bad, but let's, yeah, I'm just gonna... Alright, I just wanted to gain life, so let's do that. I think this is gonna allow us to stabilize. I'm feeling reasonable about this. Now, they can use the Solstice Zealot to tap down my color. But I got a Johnny off the battlefield. I got a giant Proud Pack Rhino off the battlefield too. So this is not terrible. This thing is just shield counters for days. What on earth? Okay. That I did not expect. Okay. We're at 6 life. I guess that kind of makes sense. Enchantment use spells have affinity for auras. Okay. Well, let's certainly play this. The question here now is, can I afford to play this? And can I afford to attack? If I attack, and they tap this down and play a land, I can block here and I take 5. Right? Or I can try to play the long game. They're at 20. Let me think one more time. So, if I do this, I block these two, I just don't die. So, let's do that. Yeah, I would go down to 1. I feel like I need to do this. Oh, holy cow. Well, that's just ridiculous. Area Auxiliary off the top? Okay, well. There's a lot of different... that was a really interesting game. I mean, our Area Auxiliary was the best possible. Very good with the Evangel. Red-White is very good. I thought we did a lot there to try to mitigate the quick start of our opponent. We almost stabilized. Turns out it would have been better just to kind of wait. But the thing is, by attacking for 9 there, and because we're not dead to a land off the top, it kind of puts our opponent in a tough spot. It's like, do they want... If they main phase tap with the Solstice Zealot, then basically I'm guaranteed a kill with my territory color on the attack back, right? So that I wanted to kind of put them in a tough spot and kind of force them to draw something. And unfortunately, they did. And that just happens. It's okay. Definitely one of those games, though, where you feel like you could have just... It was a long, complicated game. So just one of those games where you feel like you could have done something differently. But I'm not too upset with how that went. All right, this is the start that I've lost to before. Maybe it will work for us. Turn 2 Nightshade Dryad into Springheart Nantuko. This is amazing. You just make all the Nightshade Dryads. Or not. Okay. I don't really have an exciting play here, so I think I just don't pay two mana, and I just make a 1/1 every time I play a land. That's not bad. Scurry of Gremlins, okay. Not particularly exciting here. I can also kill it if I really want. Trying to figure out what I want to do here. It's probably just Bestow. Get in for as much damage as I can. Yep. Do I want to play the Legion Leadership? Let's just attack first. We have access to a couple of combat tricks, which is pretty nice. The question is whether or not I want to keep this up as a combat trick, or if I want to just make another 1/1. Here I'm happy enough just killing the Zealot. I think I'd rather keep this as a trick instead of making a 1/1. Threatment Charm's good. Sandbagging this. I'm still not sure if that was correct or not, but that is really, really interesting. With that much open mana, though, it's just, is it worth it, right? Okay. Ah, I see. This is interesting. It's like, do I just kill a gremlin? Because using a combat trip into all this open mana might not be ideal. All right, let's just do that then. I'm gonna play this now. Just put four creatures on the battlefield. I have no idea what's in their hand. Okay, they're super dead. Never mind. Okay, we got one. Yeah, I mean, Springheart Nantuko was great. It made a few tokens, pumped our 1/1 flyer, and we are now sitting at 1-1 with green, white. I don't even know if you can classify this as a modification deck, but it's a green, white, decent cards deck. Okay, what do we have? Any hand with a turn 2 Nightshade Dryad, I am happy for. Let's keep this. Plains. Mandibular Kite. Alright, so we're going to keep this. I'm just going to play Strength of the Harvest here because I feel like I'm really interested in the Witch Enchanter given their start. Oh, wow. They are coming in hard. That is a nice... I mean, on the play, that thing hits really hard. Ouch. My question is, what do I kill? I think it's the kite. I love that it opens up. That's a great addition. I don't know when they did that, but I love that it opens up so that you don't misclick of the 2 targets. Big fan of that. All right. Turn 4. We'll see what they do. But next turn we can go Territory Color, which is pretty good. It's the giant 7/5 reach creature. Hopefully this Witch Enchanter slowed them down enough. 4 mana. Area Auxiliary, Scurry of Gremlins. We're looking at that. Oh, it's just Area Auxiliary. Okay. They can make it into a big effect. What does this do? Double power and first strike. Well, I can't block, so let's just attack. I highly doubt they block here. If they block, I just cast Legion Leadership and then repurpose her. So I am happy enough with that. Otherwise, I'll just play the color here. This thing is a 7/5. Keep it. This could just kill them, right? Just like 7-14 damage. Probably just take 5 here. We're 1 damage short. It is a little bit scary. I probably should keep this back. Let's play this first. Ooh, yes. That's better than Eldrazi Repurposer. Okay. Now, if they remove the color, that's going to be problematic. I feel like I just need to block here, though. Let's get that flyer out of the way. Save our color, and now we just get to play all kinds of fatties. All right! I just need to draw the Nightshade color like every single... I just need to draw the 2-mana 1/2 ramp creature every single game, because my curve is pretty bad. So it's really important that I draw one of those cards. But 2-in-1! 2-in-1. Okay, 2 and 1. We have lands and spells. Wonder if I'm supposed to play this on turn 2. I feel like you're supposed to kind of slow roll this if you can. I really needed some cheap things. Every time I look at my hand, I'm just kind of like disgusted at myself. Because I just can't play anything early. We need to play these tapped anyways. This is legendary, so copying that is pretty bad. Let's go ahead and just play Eldrazi Repurposer, as that sets us up a little bit better. It's better against removal. It blocks this pretty well, and allows us to potentially ramp into a Johnny Fells the Godsire if we draw land next turn. Also, oh, it's a cast trigger, so I just make 3/3s, which is still pretty good, but it's not insane. Do I wait on the Springheart Nantuko? I think I do. I kind of just want to play something big. Okay. They can make a spawn. That's not particularly strong. I'm gonna save the Horrific Assault for, you know, when they don't have 4 mana available. And I'm playing the Repurposers because these are the least susceptible to removal. Maybe I should have killed this, I don't know. This is kind of a beating. They should have blocked here as well. I don't know what they were. They just took 3 extra damage for no reason. Okay. So Horrific Assault does just kill this straight up. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Okay, this exiles, right? Alright, so I can still kill it, it's just kind of annoying. So many hoops to play around. I could have sacked the spawn and held a land in my hand. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with the Nantuko. I haven't played with it enough, and might just be misplaying with it. They killed my land. Okay, so they're gonna kill my green-white land. All right, so they just have a good Eldrazi deck. It's just gonna happen. So we get a 2/1 and we give something Vigilance. No blocks. So we can give the Repurposer Vigilance. You got nothing. No red source. And let's play the 4/4. I kind of want to just start copying a bunch of oozwags, if possible. Or not. Man. Their card quality is so unbelievably high. They're at 11 no way. Okay. Well, we have a lot of spawn. Would love to find a red source here. Or I guess a land would not be bad either. Wow, they want to attack with the drone? With one card left? I don't understand that attack. They should have just attacked with these two, right? I guess I don't get to double strike this turn, but even then, that doesn't seem very good. Okay. This thing does not trample, so I can't chump block here if I want. It's not the ideal card to copy, though, with the Nantuko. Oh my gosh! Well, now this explains why they attacked previously. Alright, we're getting kind of stomped here. Yeah, Nantuko not doing anything for us. And we're just going to die to a 9/9 Trampler. Yep. Alright, good beats. Okay, well, you know, we've been on a pretty good run. Our deck just has a lot of holes in it. The number one thing just being it doesn't have a good enough curve. And so if I play against an Eldrazi deck, I can't even put pressure on them. Like, my curve starts at 3, and that is a big problem. So, learn from my mistakes, if you will. Let's lead with this, play this, get a mountain. Or I can play Stump Stomp. It kind of depends on how it looks like we're going to curve out here. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Stump Stomp. Especially with the territory color. Like, they could have a counterspell here, but at least the Repurposer is a cast trigger. Brain Surge? Okay. It's not that scary. But it is cool that we were playing against a rank 15 player that's playing Dimir. I haven't really drafted Dimir since the early access event, so I'm very curious what a top-level Mythic player, like how they draft this deck. Is it a pure blue-black control deck, or is it like a blue-black sneaky snacker deck that's tempoing you out? We'll see. That was a good draw. Okay. They had the counter, but we do have a bunch of spawn. A Reef Worm. Interesting. That is actually very annoying. Does this exile? No. Do I have any dog umbras? Guess I won't attack it for now. It looks like they're drafting it like a blue-black control deck. Yeah, I definitely want that on top. Land would be great, because then I can play this. And then I can play this. I can reveal the other color. And then we can just chill for now. Basically, I just want to play a bunch of things now that they have the stupid reform in play. Oh, Eviscerator's Insight with the worm. That's super nice. Okay. Usually blue-black's pretty good against green-white, especially if I don't have a good start. So, this might be problematic. Okay, breathe your last. Yeah, just removal and card draw. This is gonna be a very, very annoying matchup for sure. Do I want that? You know, that's actually not bad. I'm gonna keep that. As it allows me to fly over that stupid, the stupid fish. They are drawing lots and lots of cards here. Let's hope they don't have another answer to this color. What on earth? Wither and Bloom, I guess? Yeah, they just have so much good removal. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked? I don't know. Okay, well, hopefully they're running out of resources here. That's a sneaky snacker. Can't really attack with the ground creatures because they can instantly make a 6/6. Oh, man. Man, if they didn't have Eviscerator's Insight, that would be super interesting. Alright, we need to start getting in. So let's attack. Sure. See what they do. The thing is, if they want to get the snacker back in play, they should sack the 6/6, but they're not going to. Which is fine, because they don't get to draw 3 cards here. I think I can sacrifice this, just because I don't have any more of the territorial color things. I think I'll get a white source here. Oh, wow. go Nyxborn Hydra. What you got for me? Okay. Now they probably want to make a 9/9. Although, the thing is, if they make a 9/9, it's not like the Sneaky Snacker gets to come into play. It's obviously not bad to just make a 9/9 though, so. Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. We're just dead. Okay, let's just play a bunch of chump blockers, I guess. Okay, we're not just dead, but it's painful. At least they don't trample. This deck looks pretty sweet though, I will say. It's inspiring me. Hosu, you are my muse. You are my muse. This green-white experiment is not working. It's like half Eldrazi, too slow, whatever. But what you're doing is very exciting. Alright, we're dead. We are dead, sadly. We have to double chump block. It's just a disaster. Okay, well, we tried to do something a little bit different. I will say I don't know that I drafted this perfectly. I should have put more of a focus on the cheap cards. I thought at least the power level of the deck was decent. We just had so many good spell lands. I don't know if there's a possibility that we might be overvaluing the spell lands potentially, right? Just because, you know, like a card like Strength of the Harvest isn't absurd, but it is a decent mana fixer still. I still thought we had decent cards, but the big issue here is just the lack of cheap things to do. So I think there was an instance where we could have taken the Vigilant Watchdog, and then there was also a chance for us to take maybe a Brute Scale, and I think that's just too important for us to pass up on. So I think it was just, those were the things I needed to prioritize over things at the top end of my curve. I think the way that you want to win in this format is to either go long with Eldrazi or like that blue-black control deck that my opponent just drafted, or go underneath and be tempo-based. Doing like a green-white, slowish mid-range deck is not the recipe to success, and that's something that I learned. So it's just now, it's one of those things where this is the adjustment that I'm going to make. When I have the choice of something that looks a little more powerful or something that's cheaper, and my strategy is to be aggressive, just take the cheaper card, okay? Take the cheaper card. That's worked for us when we drafted the Boros decks, and I have a suspicion that that's going to work for us if we draft green-white as well. I just don't, like, my mid-range control player in me kind of drafted this on the slower end of the spectrum, but I feel like I should have just done a better job of prioritizing the cheap creatures so that we can curve out and beat my opponents down before they beat me. But it is what it is. Learning experience. Try drafting green-white. I don't think green-white is bad. I just think we drafted a bad version of the deck just because it was a little bit too slow. But we'll get back on it, and hopefully we can have a better result tomorrow. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed the content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description below, patreon.com/paulcheon. Additionally, this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Check out TCGplayer.com to get the best prices on all your Magic the Gathering and other trading card game singles. Additionally, if you're looking for quality Magic the Gathering supplies, then heavyplay.com is where you want to go. Heavyplay.com has deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, the highest quality stuff. Check them out. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.